They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd and a couple. Jackson, that'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Jackson now. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of it. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Following the interception, Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards.
First down, Browns.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check. King.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson, there on the coverage. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Ready? Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, every day, any day.
Jackson on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Hey, I'm coming.
To throw again is Jackson. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there's an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. This is Hill on the draw play. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set. Back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Set, ready, 6 yards. You got to get the ball until you get 81. New Mike, 52.
Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check 50. Check 50. Short. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Watch the run.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Jackson on 1st down. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
65. Slam, slam, slam. Shift, shift.
They go play action now. Jackson. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
57 to Mike. You run. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. You gonna get this boy?
From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, for the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, You have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
Good. 180. Right there. Kings.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it. And
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. I'm coming.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 53's mine. Check 53's mine. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because Now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
180. It's a party now. Regular. 55 miles.
From the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Push him back.
To throw is Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson has got it to Ingram, complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Ingram, and they'll get him down right about the 20. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 52's the Mike. Watch that.
Now Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Alert, 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 alert. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Joker, 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 Joker. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 55 to Mike. Check, 55. Right there.
Mayfield down. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away. And they're not doing it.
They'll run here with Ingram. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Jackson now. The quick slant caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Mike 52, Mike 52. 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks. Check, 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 check.
Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, this one complete to Ingram. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Jackson under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Tucker's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Hey, alert 33. Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. 4 down. My turn.
Mayfield looks to throw. His throw incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Hill. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 17-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Browns drive about to get started, and on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hurry! 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen. Hey, alert! 55.
Mayfield on first down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins. His 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Hey, 4 down.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
A loss of a yard.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with.